What's up, everybody? You were tuned in to the Cris
Am on.
podcast, episode 33, late night pod. You know how we do. You
hmm
know, this is our Wednesday night, but we, upload these on Saturdays. What's going on, Ma? How you feeling, man?
Man, I feel good, man. You know what I mean? Another day down. Just got off work. You know what I'm saying? How you doing?
Yeah, same thing. Got off a little earlier than you, but they trying to stress me out. I won't let
Oh man, who are you telling, bro? I pray to the I pray to the skies every day, but that I don't have
them.
to
I'm glad.
choke
I'm
somebody
glad
out,
that
dog.
I'm glad that party was at 6 o'clock. So that's all I got to say.
Man.
But that food was good.
Well, what kind of food they got?
Little finger foods instead of
I
lot
love
finger
fingers.
foods. But it was bomb though. Tearing it up.
Some of it's good. Some of it be like, Some of it's good though.
I had some big ass chocolate chip cookies. I couldn't get to them though.
Yo ass. Why couldn't you get to the chocolate chip cookies, dog?
But it's still wrapped up. I didn't want to be like digging them. That's a bad
Nah, you ain't trying to be that motherfucker. Put your hand in the cookie jar type of shit, huh? I feel
look.
you.
They like, well, damn, there's only 3 cookies left. Nah,
I know,
I'm gonna
man.
do
Like,
this.
damn.
No, I ain't gonna do that. So
No, damn well they be charging like $25 per cookie.
it's all good. I'm representing Hennessy. Sponsor us. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get us on the
You
commercial, dog. You know
yeah,
what I
that's what I'm
mean?
saying.
Get us on commercial, dog.
Product placement. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. But no, let's go ahead and get into it, man. College football rankings, man.
Yeah.
We are here. You know what I'm saying? This is
Yeah.
championship week. We talked about Monday at championship week. Kind of gave our, takes on those games and how we felt about those games. But
hmm
they have implications on the rankings. And here's the rankings right here: Georgia number one, Michigan number two, Washington number three, and Florida State number four. All four of those teams would be in the playoffs if the playoffs start today. Now you
hmm
got Oregon at five, who Oregon is playing Washington this Friday, actually.
hmm
Ohio State is on the outside looking in. They lost to Michigan last week, so they're not playing nobody this week.
hmm
Texas, number seven, they're playing Oklahoma State on Saturday. And then,
hmm
of course, Alabama, they're playing Georgia on Saturday, too. That's probably going to be the big game. All eyes are going to be on that game. They're going to be on the Washington Oregon game, and they're going to be on this Oklahoma and, Alabama and Georgia game.
Yeah.
So, now there's all kinds of scenario. Florida State is kind of like the puzzle piece to all of this that can, the jigsaw, the little Jenga piece that can make everything fall.
Right.
If Florida State ends up losing, because they're down to their backup quarterback.
hmm
Now, I I for one, if Florida State wins, they should get in. You know what I'm saying? They went
You think
undefeated.
so? Mm.
I think they should get in. It's just we've already seen when the top quarterback goes out years ago. I know it was years ago, but Ohio State. This is how Cardell Jones was made. Remember that
hmm
he was the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
He came in, won national championship. I'm not saying it's gonna happen in Florida, but I'm just saying
hmm hmm
we've seen it played out where the backup quarterbacks were still capable of coming in and performing amicably. So
hmm
I believe Florida State should get in if they win. That's just me. Do I think the committee feels that way? No. I told somebody today, don't be surprised if Florida gets messed over because they don't want to see Travisless Florida State in the playoffs. They want to see the four best teams in there. So I wouldn't be surprised in a scenario. Let's say Georgia wins. Let's just say everything plays out. Georgia wins, Michigan wins. Let's say Washington loses to Oregon. So then Oregon will probably leapfrog and go to number 3.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say Texas wins.
Mm-hmm.
Does Texas leapfrog Ohio State and get in?
Well, I look, man. Here's where I disagree with you on. I think history shows us that the committee kind of does it. You got to look at it like this: it's either the most deserving or the 4 best teams. You got to pick a side. You know what I mean? Either you want the most deserving. All right, you're going to give the most deserving, then just say it. You know what I mean? Give it to Florida State. You know what I mean? They went undefeated. If they win on Saturday, they'll go undefeated in the Power 5 conference. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then it'll be like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? They deserve it. Then we're going to have to watch them get blown out by Georgia or whoever's in that number 1 spot.
Okay.
Do you want that, or
Right.
do you want to have 2 great games? Because I think I remember seeing something earlier today where I think they said the average point differential for the semifinal games is like 19 points. Like, you know what I mean? So most of the games are like blowouts. It's not even really close games. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it gets to the point where it's like, I think with the way the college football playoff rankings are, for me, I think you need to put the 4 best teams in there. So I think in a sense is like, I hate to break it to you, but I don't think Florida State should be in there. I think Texas is a way better team. I think Ohio State is a way better team. And let's say Alabama wins. If Alabama beats Georgia in a close game, you gonna take Georgia out? I don't think so. I think Georgia's gonna be in there regardless, as long as they don't get blown out on. As long as they don't get blown out.
Honestly, if Georgia loses to Alabama, I think they just drop to number 2 and Michigan goes to number 1. That's all. That's all I think this happens.
Yeah, I'll say they'll drop to 3 because I think the winner of the Washington-Oregon game will probably get the number 2 spot. I could see Georgia getting. I could see Georgia getting number 3 because you wouldn't want to get that Georgia-Michigan game. And then if Alabama beats Georgia, the big question now is, okay, are you going to put Alabama in over Texas? But Texas went head-to-head and beat them in their stadium. You know what I mean? So now you got that question. So if that happens, what do you think should happen? Do you think Alabama should get in over Texas, or do you think Texas should get in?
Texas should get in. They went to Tuscaloosa and they beat them.
Yeah. So the only way.
Sorry, Alabama.
No, I totally agree with you. I think Texas should get in because they went head to head and they beat them. And honestly, it wasn't even a close game. They pretty much dominated most of that game.
They did.
So the only way Alabama will be able to get in, even with a win against Georgia, is they need Texas to lose to Oklahoma State, which it could be possible. I don't see it happening. But then it's like, all right, are you gonna now with that? What do you do with Ohio State? Because a lot of people think Ohio State is one of the top 4 teams. They lost to a close game to Michigan, which could technically be the number 1 ranked team in all of college football. So now what do you do with them? Now, do you take Texas, Ohio State, or Alabama? Now, we did the Texas-Alabama thing. Now, here comes the question to you. Now, do you take Texas, Ohio State, or Florida State? If that comes about.
Okay, I don't want to not answer your question, but let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What if Florida State smokes who they playing? Louisville. What if they smoke Louisville? What do you tell Florida State? Good job, but you ain't getting in the playoffs.
Honestly, Florida State will. It's not so much Florida State, the team, that needs to blow them out. It's you need to see if that backup quarterback can actually do something.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what Cardale Jones did.
Yeah. Let's say the backup quarterback goes out there and throws for 450, 4 touchdowns. Keon Coleman balls out. Johnny Wilson balls out. You gonna just say, nah, we good. We good.
No. If that's the case, I would probably take Florida State then. Because then it's like I've seen something where it looks like they could have the potential to be at least competitive. Like, I'll say this. I think Florida State has the athletes. I think they have the receivers. I think they got the running back. I think they could. Their defense is kind of like hit or miss, but they got the athletes on defense that can potentially, if they get their shit together, they could potentially do something.
They got a defense.
You know what I mean?
They definitely got a defensive line, they could compete.
Yeah, so honestly, this is kind of like this week is a show me week for Florida State.
Yeah,
Florida State
it
needs to
is.
show
It
that
is.
because honestly, the last couple of weeks they low key should have lost a couple of these games, even with Jordan
They should
Travis. They
have.
had a couple of close games, so that kind of goes up against them. You know what I mean? So we need to see a dominant performance from Florida State. They need to go out there and drub them by like 40 points. They need to drub Louisville by like 40 points, like not even make it look close. Like they sitting on the bench by the third quarter, like mid third quarter. You know what I mean? They need to do something like that.
I agree. I agree with
If
that.
they don't
I
do
agree with
anything
that.
like that, then you have to put Ohio State above them. You have to put the winner of Washington, Oregon, obviously in front of them. You got to put who's the other team? I'm fucking spacing out again. What was the other team? What was the other team? There you
Which
go.
one?
Alabama, like Texas. Even Alabama, I would probably put over Florida State because I think Alabama's played pretty good. Now they have some inconsistencies as far as like with their defense. Their defense isn't as dominant as they have been.
Yeah.
And then if they beat Georgia, it's like, you're not taking Georgia out. You just no way, unless if they get drugged. There's just no way you're taking Georgia out.
And
you know what I mean?
the only way you take Georgia out is if like Bama beats them like by.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's literally like a blowout, like it's like, damn, we didn't see this coming. You know what I mean? And it's like 40 to like 10. Then it's just like, all right, you know what I mean? Like then it's like if Alabama does that, then it's like, all right. Then it could honestly be a really tough question with the Texas Alabama.
Now, if it's a scenario where Florida State loses, if Washington loses, Texas loses, but Alabama beats Georgia, do you put Georgia and Alabama in?
Well, you got to put Ohio State in. You have to put Ohio State in.
Or you kick Georgia out and put Alabama and Ohio State in. Or no, not Georgia, because then Oregon had to go in. So
because
Oregon and Ohio State.
It'll be Michigan, Oregon, then you'll have 2 spots, right?
Yeah.
Ohio State. If that were to happen, I would probably put Ohio State 3, and then I would probably put. You would have to put Bama in there. You would have to put Bama as number 4, honestly, if they beat Georgia. In that kind of scenario, you would have to do that. You would have to do that. But I think knowing how I don't know. That's a really good question because you're gonna get a lot of SEC bias in that sense. It's like, well, like we need Georgia in there because the thing that Georgia has right now is that they're literally back-to-back champions. They didn't lose. They would not have lost a game in the regular season minus to a hot Alabama team in a conference championship game, which I don't see a blowout in that situation. You know what I mean? Me personally, I think that's going to be a very close game. I think the most spread I can see is maybe like a touchdown.
Let's be real. Let's be real. Alabama should have lost last week. They should have lost last week.
They should have lost last week, but they didn't. You know what I mean?
They did. No, I'm just saying they didn't. There was a great throw by Milroe, but I'm just saying.
But that comes to me. That's like the same thing in the sense of it's a rivalry game. Alabama Auburn is always a close game, no matter what. You know what I mean? You you don't really see too many blowouts. That's honestly like with the Raiders and Chiefs. Like I get it. Like I'm a Raiders fan, but we're on 2 different spectrums. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be a tough game. You see with the Chiefs and Broncos, like Broncos weren't really that good, and they beat y'all earlier. You know what I mean? Divisional games is just different. Rivalries are just different. Like no matter how ass you are gonna give your best shot to whoever your rival is. You know what I mean? It's just kind of the way it goes.
You see Mad Dog put Chiefs and Raiders on his top 5. Rivalry list
as far as like all sports or just
of all times. Yeah, like he put Yankees, Red Sox number 1. He put Lakers, Celtics number 2. I honestly think Lakers should be.
I think Lakers, Celtics should be 1.
That should be 1. He put up 3. They was killing them for putting us on there. But he put Raiders and Chiefs, and I think if you're not in, like if you didn't grow up a Raider fan or a Chief fan, I think people on the outside really don't understand how far the decades of this rivalry really goes. Like
Yeah.
Al Davis didn't like Lamar Hunt. Lamar Hunt didn't like Al Davis because they were just two totally opposite personality wise. Like, Al was, rah rah, like in your face, whereas Lamar was button up. he was cool, but he was button up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And he was all corporate and for the league and everything for the league. Whereas now I was like, man, fuck all that, man. I'm for these players. You know what I'm saying? I'm for my people. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
why that stuff. And that rivalry really started from those two bumping heads so many times. And then the games from the 70s or the 60s, the 70s, and all that. And I think if people on the outside, I do agree that there are some other rivalries that probably should go ahead of Chief Raiders, probably like Green Bay, Bears, those
Shit, you
type
could
of
probably do
rivalries.
Dallas. You could probably do
Steelers,
Dallas, Philly, Dallas
yeah,
Redskins, or
Steelers, Ravens, Steelers, like those type of
Steelers,
rivalries.
Browns, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, like you could put other NFL over. I'm not mad at, like, I wasn't mad at the people like saying, "Oh, Raiders." I don't know about that one, but you know what I'm saying. But us, we understand, like, like this rivalry is it's one of the top 3 rivalries in the NFL, I believe.
Yeah, no, honestly, man, that's something we might have to get into as far as like, the overall history, as far as like with the rivalries with all of them and kind of do our ranking system. Yeah, man, I think with the NFL it's a little bit harder because obviously me and you, we're gonna probably put a little bit more pride into our rivalry than any other rivalry. Like I get it in a sense. We have a lot of history. You know what I mean? AFC West has a lot of really good rivalries. You know what I mean? Even back in the days when we used to have the Seahawks in our division. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of look at that too. I get it, man. I think in the sense of like, I think we have 2 big fan bases too. I think we have 2 passionate fan bases. I think we have one of the more passionate fan bases as far as like with the rivalries. I think that's a big key as far as like with NFL rivalries on the field. You got to have it on the field and also in the fan bases as well. You know what I mean? And I think like there's a lot of passionate fan bases. Like obviously you got the Bills fan base, you got the Jets fan base, you obviously got the Cowboys fan base. There's a lot of really big fan bases, but we're one of the older schools. We're like AFL days. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
right.
We
That's
have
what
a
I'm saying.
long history. Yeah.
I think especially the young people, like I think the young people really don't understand. Like Chiefs Raiders, like that's like that's passed down, bro. Like your grandpa, your dad, somebody passed that down to you, or you just grew up in that shit so hard that it was like, man, like fuck them niggas over there. Like even if you had, we boys, but it's like when it's Raiders and Chiefs, it's like, man,
nah, for real. I think that's the one thing that has made the NFL very popular in a sense because there are a lot of rivalries. I think for a more, I know we're kind of getting off the whole college football thing, but this is a really good conversation. But overall, I think if you look at the newer age, kind of like fans, they'll probably say maybe like the Niners Seahawks, which is a really good rivalry. You know what I mean? They'll probably say like a Niners Seahawks. A Philly right now, Philly Dallas is like one of the bigger rivalries right now.
Even like Dallas 49ers, Philly 49ers, like
for sure.
They're the division, but there's still rivalries.
For sure. Obviously, like with the Raiders and Chiefs, obviously it's been more one-sided lately with the Chiefs winning a lot of
and
games.
I think that's what it is too. Like it's kind of been one-sided.
It is, but overall, man, you could kind of even when we went to the game on Sunday, you could feel the intensity in the game. Amongst the fans and amongst everything. You feel it. You know what I mean? Like obviously, I've never been to a Dallas Philly game. I've never been to a Bills Jets game or a Bills Patriots game, especially back in the day with like Tom Brady and stuff like that. Right. You're getting kind of like a newer age rivalry now with like I think the Texans and Jaguars can be a really good rivalry for the next years. You know what I mean? Because you get with CJ Stroud and Trevor Lawrence, they're going to be really good quarterbacks for a while with D'Amico Ryans and all that. I think that could be a really good rivalry heading in, where that could be a new rivalry over there. Obviously, you had like the Rams, Niners for a couple years. That was a really big rivalry, especially with Matthew Stafford and the Jared Goff days. You know what I mean? We're gonna get into that. I think we might have to visit that next Monday and like kind of like do like our favorite rivalries across sports. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know me, bro. Lakers Celtics and Raiders Chiefs is gonna be hard. You know what I mean? Even like Chiefs Broncos, man. That's a heated rivalry. Man.
It was funny. It was funny you mentioned. It was funny you mentioned that because I was watching Shannon Sharp in Ocho's show, and he was talking about team players had voted on stadiums they like playing in, and Arrowhead was one of them. It was one of the top 3 stadiums they like playing in. And Shannon Sharp, and I remember this as a kid. I remember this game when back because this is before the silent cap. When John Elway was in there, and this back when Arrowhead was like Arrowhead. Not to say it's not now, but this is back when it was like loud. You know what I'm saying? It was so loud that John Elway had to turn to the referees and be like, "Hey, they need to shut up." You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, then the referees say something like where they're like, "Yo, y'all gotta keep quiet.
If you don't be quiet, we're gonna take away timeouts."
Yeah, and they booed even louder.
And then the NFL saw that shit and was like, "That's all part of home field advantage." Like, you gotta play through that shit. Better learn how to do the silent count, player.
No, facts. That's like Greg Popovich telling people don't boo Kawhi Leonard. Like, bro, what do you do? It don't work like that, bro.
No, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why you have home field advantages because the fans get loud. You know what I'm saying? You want that. You want that on TV. That looks dope on TV when the crowd is so loud that you get a false start. It's like, oh shit, the crowd that makes the crowd more involved in the game. Like we had an effect on the game, bro. Like we made such and such false start. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all part of sports.
You can feel that through the TV, man. You can feel that through the TV, man. There's been a lot of sporting events, man, where you just feel the energy. Like you're not even in like if you could feel it through the TV, you can only imagine what it's like in that stadium. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like
you've seen it when momentum shifts. Like the team was up, and then all of a sudden the team comes back. You see the crowd going crazy, especially if it's a home game for the other team. It's like the crowd going crazy and everything is going, especially in a playoff game or something like that. It's like, shit. Like, even if you're not a fan yourself, you feel that shit.
Look at even getting back to college football. Look at the Michigan Ohio State game last week when I think his name was Zach Winter. I think the offensive lineman that hurt his leg, that broke his leg. I think that's his name. If that's not his name, I apologize to that. But you could tell, like, the moment he got hurt, man, it was quiet as a mouse. But then they went to commercial break. They came back, and for some reason, they just, you know what I mean? You could feel a little bit of, like, you felt the emotion on the field because, obviously, that was one of their leaders on the team. And then the moment Corum, the next play, Corum goes out and breaks that into the end zone, you just felt the energy through the fucking screen. You know what I mean? You felt the emotion through that shit. I mean, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of sports, man. It's just like that's something you don't want to take away. You don't want to take the passion away from sports, man. You don't want to take anyway. That we can get into that as far as like with the referees teeing up players when they dunk on somebody, or if they call like a big catch for like 50 yards, or they go in the end zone. College players. Which I think is wild that college players can't celebrate in the fucking end zone. They'd be so itching to tell them to get off. I'm like, bro, they scored a touchdown. You know how hard it is to score a touchdown in college? You know how hard it is to score a touchdown in the NFL? Not everybody gets to do that. You know what I mean? You know how hard it is to score in the NBA? Or do like a crazy ass move, or you dunk on LeBron, or you dunk on Giannis. Bro, I'm screaming, dog. Like, don't take the passion away from the game. And I get it, we getting way off topic, but like the
reason why I brought up the reason why I brought the rivalry thing up with that dog was because he was saying the Michigan and Ohio State was overrated.
I don't think Michigan Ohio State is.
I don't think it is either. I don't think it. I think it should have been on his list. If you want to put I'm not mad at him for saying Texas and Oklahoma, the red shoe rivalry might be a little bit over that, but still, even so, it should be on your list. It should be top 5.
Look, honestly, if we really want to go into it, for historical purposes, I think college football has probably some of the best rivalries ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From Michigan, Ohio State, Florida State, Texas, Oklahoma, USC, UCLA, Navy versus Army. You know, we can go on and on and on. You know what I mean? Because of how much history these colleges have. Some of these colleges have more history than professional leagues. You know what I mean? So to not have Michigan, Ohio State not on that list and think it's overrated is kind of crazy to me. Especially like literally they've been relevant for a very long time. You know what I mean? Like as far as like obviously Michigan had a little bit of doldrums when before Jim Harbaugh came, so you know they were pretty much getting dominated. But overall, man, it always seems like for the most part, it always seems like it comes down to Michigan and Ohio State for the Big Ten. You know what I mean? For the Big Ten, going to the Big Ten championship game. Honestly, it's pretty much the Big Ten championship game because then I feel like Iowa is always in it every single year to face the winner of the Ohio State, Michigan. And I swear they're like the honorable like second team. A second place team, bro, because I swear to God, I think Iowa's been in the Big Ten championship. I swear at least like 9-10 times, bro, in the last like 15 years.
Kurt French, man.
Kurt French is a good coach. They just can never be good.
Because they'll never have a court. They never have a good court.
They never have a running
game.
They always got great tight ends though. They always got some of the best tight ends ever though.
Tight ends, and then their offensive line is always good. They always got a good
their
like decent running back in the backfield. Defensive lineman or two or a linebacker. But they never could compete with the Ohio States and the Michigans because they don't
have the offense for it. Yeah, they don't have the offense for it. They don't have the receivers. They don't have the receivers for it. They never really have a big time receiver or a big time running back or a big time quarterback. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I think overall this week is for college is going to be. It's gonna get crazy, man. Starting on Friday, man, with the Oregon Washington game. What do you think? What do you think that score is gonna be for Oregon Washington?
Brother. What was the score last time? Like 48-44 or some shit.
I think they only won. I think it was only like here. Let me look it up. I think they only won by like 3, something like that. Let me see.
I know it was a high score. I wouldn't be surprised that game was like 56-53.
56-53. Yeah, I think Allegiant Stadium is they won 33-36 last game. So yeah, Allegiant Stadium is a fast stadium, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a track meet, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if
Oregon the same the game.
I think Oregon is gonna win too, man. Honestly, really do. I think Oregon is gonna win.
I like Phoenix.
I think
Phoenix, but I think when wins Bo Nix has a game and he wins the highest.
Yeah, I think Bo Nix. Yeah, I think this is the week Bo Nix probably pretty much seals his deal of winning the Heisman. Obviously, it's pretty much down between Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix. I think obviously the way Marvin Harrison had a really good shot, but the way he played last week and how it went down, I think it kind of like killed his chances. But you know, what I mean, it's gonna come down to those two. I think if Bo Nix wins, I think he'll get it. If he loses, I think it goes to Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I can see it. So listen, I've been thinking, like, you know, I told you earlier I was gonna get the Michigan fights. So now show ain't on the show, and he's been, you know, talking about this.
Right. He's trying to say he's sick and shit. Yeah, right. He ain't sick.
But I feel like you can still play the song. I can clip this and send it to him. So show for your Ohio State.
Say it like him. The Ohio State.
The Ohio State. Shout out to Blue, what they call Blue, whatever. Michigan. Hope you like this show. This for you. Michigan greatest hit.
Put a little salsa beat on this shit. It should probably be fire.
Should have put some drums and 808s in it. That's one for you, show. We're going to clip this and we're going to send this to you. So be ready. It's coming.
Sir.
All right, man. Let's switch off sports, man. Let's get a little serious now. Diddy steps down from Revolt, man.
Yeah.
Now, if you haven't been paying attention, people, and I know there's some people out there don't pay attention to pop culture like that. They don't really care about that stuff. But if you're watching this podcast, we're gonna get you up to date. You know what I'm saying? Now, P Diddy he was recently sued by Cassie. You don't know, she's under Bad Boy Entertainment. She had that famous song. I forgot the name of the dang song. What's the name of the song? You know the name of the song?
Which
She had the
one?
one song. The one
It's
song. The other
me and
one
you.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
She had that one song. But yeah, she pretty much put it out there that she had a tumultuous relationship with P. Diddy. You know, he was abusive. He would pawn her off to other celebrities out there, other men. She sued him. And he ended up like he didn't even like spend time trying to go to trial and say he's innocent. He just paid her off. And all this now, I think it was another woman who said she's came out and said that he's done some stuff to her.
I think
So
so.
now
Yeah, I don't know the name of the lady.
he stepped down from Revolt. He's got some other stuff that there was a Harlem school, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Like cut ties with him.
Yeah. I think like Macy's or Nordstrom's stopped selling Sean Johns, which I didn't know Sean John was still selling like that, dog.
Yeah,
and if anybody's still buying Sean John, should be checked in somewhere, dog. There's no way you should still be buying Sean John. That's just crazy, bro.
Hey man, everybody's on the budget, man. So they get the Sean John. But
I'm curious to know how much Sean John jeans cost nowadays, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy. That's
like
somebody still
$20.
wearing.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Now,
if you went, I personally, I think FUBU is more nasty work than Sean John. At least Sean John's a little.
FUBU was not that bad, dog. FUBU had some nice. Bro, get out of here,
no,
bro.
I'm not saying it was bad. Back in the day, I used to rock the shit out of FUBU, man. I had a couple of the platinum FUBU jean jackets, man. I had a few of them in the closet, but 2023, you can't wear it now, man.
I think the jeans with the NBA logo patches was nasty, dog. That shit was nasty. That shit was nasty. Yeah. Especially the motherfuckers wearing the jean pants with the NBA logos, with the Air Forces with the NBA logos, with the jean jacket with the. I'm like, bro, come on, man. Come on, dog. I love the NBA too, but not that damn.
But I can't talk. I was wearing the platinum FUBU with Fat Albert on it. So
oh no, I had the Fat Albert. I had the Muhammad Ali edition. I love the Muhammad Ali joints.
I couldn't talk too much. I had the Fat Albert on that joint.
Which one was your favorite collab? Which one was your favorite collab out of all the FUBU collabs they did? The Fat Albert one, or you had the Fat Albert? You had the Muhammad Ali one.
That was dope.
Yeah. They did something else.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's get back on topic, man. Yeah. We're supposed to be serious right now, but no, for real. So he's he's getting a lot of stuff snatched from him. I've heard some other people. Aubrey from Danity Kane has come out. I think she came out.
Yeah, I think she said she's trying to write a memoir or a book or some shit like that.
The bodyguard of Kim Porter.
He been talking. He been talking.
Pretty much saying that she was killed by P. Diddy because she was about to put out a tell-all book about him and all his doings.
There's that clip of that one lady, man. Did you see that one clip of the one lady? She was talking about like it was like Kim Porter. It was
K, right?
I think so. Yeah, and then like some people are like, nah, she's lying about that shit, but. Man, who knows, man? You know what I mean?
Man, but
everything's
there's a lot of stuff they can, and we've heard rumblings over the years of P. Diddy doing stuff and behind the scenes, and supposedly he's been, he got, male lovers and stuff like that. So, What are your
That's how they
thoughts on Diddy him stepping down from Revolt? That's the big one to me, like because that was his like big company as far as entertainment goes. As far as you had Drink Champs under Revolt and other things under Revolt. So, what are your thoughts
Mhm.
of him stepping down?
I think this just is the beginning. I think this is just kind of like the start. You kind of starting to see slowly, people pulling out. I'm curious to see if like Ciroc is going to get infected by this. I'm not sure what his involvement is still with Ciroc, if at any at all. I'm not really sure. I'm sure we'll probably have to look into that. Man, it's not really looking good for Diddy right now. It's still everything's still allegedly, but I said it's not really looking too good. I think a lot of it, especially with him, um, I guess finding a resolution with Cassie so fast, I think really put like a real big like, yo, man, it's just kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like if you really believe you didn't do that shit, I think you would fight it. Um, Especially to save your name because Diddy's worth billions of dollars. I'm kind of curious to
Mhm.
know how much money he's lost ever since all this shit started coming out.
Right.
Um, I'm curious to see what else happens with him. Like are people really gonna stop supporting Diddy? You know what I mean? Is Diddy is Diddy like pretty much like you can't play anything Diddy now? Like you can't play anything,
That's a
Diddy
lot.
produced now. That's what people do, man. People like to cancel shit a lot. You know what I mean? Like now, some people don't like to listen to R. Kelly no more because of what he did. People don't like to
True.
watch the Cosby Show because of what he did. People don't want to
True.
listen to Tory Lanez now because of the whole Megan Thee Stallion shit. You know what I mean? You know, you at this rate, you could cancel a lot of people. You could cancel a lot of
Michael
things
Jackson. The
for
whole
shit.
Michael Jackson
Michael
stuff.
Jackson
Man.
shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you want to cancel certain businesses, with certain practices that they do, or who owns the company, you know what I mean? It could be, Trump supporters or whoever, you know what I mean? Like, everybody wants to cancel everything. So is Diddy the next in line to get canceled? Is anybody else gonna step up and say he did something? You know what I mean? What other stories are we gonna hear? You know what I mean? It's just kind of crazy.
Personally, I think until he's like looking at some prison time, I don't think he gets canceled.
Well, I think at the end of the day, I think his name is tarnished right now. I think no matter what, his name will always be affiliated to this shit,
Mm,
because people are gonna have a belief whether he did it or not. I think people already made their assumptions, made their either they believe he did it, or they
you know the
believe.
the conspiracy theorists out there. They
Well, the evidence doesn't really look good. You know what I
you
mean? As far as like what we've known, I
mhm,
said they didn't officially go to court. It was more of a civil lawsuit case than actual,
right
criminal
criminal case.
criminal
Yeah,
criminal case. So people are gonna have their beliefs with whether people believe that you're gonna be on one side. You either believe Cassie did this for the money, or you believe Diddy is vile and evil. You know what I mean? And
I
I think
tell you
people are
what.
down
I
to
tell
the.
you what. What would tell me a lot is if he has to sell Bad Boy. If he has to get rid of Bad Boy Entertainment, that's gonna tell
Like
me a
this,
lot.
like not be associated with it no more.
Not associated with it, nothing. If he has to sell Bad Boy Entertainment, that's gonna tell me a lot.
Well, it could be heading down that way. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
This story is just crazy. I'm waiting for the documentary to come out, honestly, because that documentary is gonna be crazy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
if
it's
if you
coming.
already have the surviving R. Kelly shit, I can only imagine what the Diddy one's gonna be like. Eventually that documentary is gonna come out, and that'll be probably one of the most watched documentaries in a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they definitely working on that right now.
I wonder who's working on it.
Who
Who
knows?
would you who out of all the people who do documentaries and stuff, whether it's like HBO, Netflix, Hulu, who would you like to see? Who you think will do it service as far as like do it right, like get the information right, get all the facts, get the right people to do the
Netflix.
interviews. You think Netflix?
Netflix. Netflix.
I
That's
think
a
either
Netflix.
I think it either has to be Netflix. My favorite one is HBO. I think HBO does amazing documentaries.
They
But I
do.
think it either has to be. I think it has to be HBO. I think HBO would kill it. I don't want to
Cool.
see it on no BET shit. I don't want to see
No.
no VH1 shit. I would take Netflix too. I think Netflix does it pretty good. I think Hulu has some really good
No,
documentaries.
Hulu. You know what? Hulu's underrated with the documentaries.
They
Actually,
are underrated with the
they got
documentaries.
some really good docs on Hulu.
They are. They are. I recently watched on Netflix. I recently watched the one with the nurse that was killing people. You seen that one?
No, I ain't see that.
Nah, yeah. So it was like this male nurse, man, who ended up there's a movie on it too. But what he did was he'll poke the IV bags and he'll put insulin in it and some other drug, and then it would kill people. You know what I mean? I think he got convicted. I think he killed. I think they for sure know he killed like almost like 100 people, but they said it could be possibly up to like 400. You know what I mean? So he has like multiple life sentences. I think the earliest he can get out is 2,403. So that's how bad it is.
Wow.
Nah, man, this whole story, man, is just, man, it's sad, man. You know what I mean? Thoughts and prayers, man. I hope Cassie gets the help that, that she needs, man. I hope she finds the peace that she needs.
Right.
Hopefully,
and everybody else is that who may be a victim, out there.
no, absolutely, man. You know what I mean? Like I take it very seriously. You know what I mean? I know this whole thing, you got this whole big gender war thing where you got men going against women going against men, but at the end of the day, we all know what right and wrong is. You know what I mean? Like you should not put your hands on a woman. You should not mentally abuse a woman
at all.
You should not pawn her off. Like, if that's your wife, if that's your girl, you don't pawn her off to other people, man. I get it. People have their own sexual fantasies and their own sexual kinks. Everybody has that shit. But at the end of the day, we got to respect the people that we love, man. You know what I mean? We got to respect the people that we care about. And you shouldn't be doing that to any females, and you shouldn't be doing that to people in general, man. We gotta learn how to start loving each other again. You know what I mean? And I get it, it's hard in society nowadays, you know what I mean? But we gotta get back to the love, man. We gotta get back to, working with each other, you know what I mean? And stop all this ignorant shit that we do.
I agree, man.
But thoughts and prayers to everybody involved, man. For real. Right. And it's sad.
All right, man. Let's go to a more lighter subject. Bill, perfect quarterback.
Okay.
Hold on. Build the perfect quarterback.
So you want to go first, man? How you want to do this? You want to go?
I'll go for. We'll just go down the list. So first one is arm strip. I had Josh Allen.
You know what? I had Josh Allen too. I think Josh Allen, man, I think he has one of the best arms. I think it was hard because I think Josh Allen has a really great arm. I think Justin Herbert has a really great arm. Obviously Patrick Mahomes has a really great arm.
Right.
I think even Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts has an amazing arm. Jared Goff has an amazing arm. You know who's also underrated? Matthew Stafford. I came close to picking Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford has a fucking cannon, bro.
He does.
I wouldn't be mad at any one of those, but I think Josh Allen has the biggest arm in the league right now. I think
so too. I think he throw 80 down.
Who you think is number 2? Who would you pick if it wasn't for Josh Allen? Who would have been?
I'm going Mahomes.
You going Mahomes? Okay. I think I might have went with Stafford.
Yeah. Accuracy. I'm going Joe Burrows.
Joe Burrow.
I'm going Joe Burrows. I think Joe Burrow has one of the more accurate arms in the league. He has a decent, arm as far as power goes, but I think his game is more so accuracy and being able to throw that ball deep down the field accurately, and even in the middle of the field, when Chase and T Higgins is going across the field, he knows how to throw people open. So I got Joe Burrows.
You got Joe Burrow. I'm gonna surprise you, man. I went with Tua, man. I think Tua, when he's hitting, he's hit. You know what I mean? I think he throws a lot of good dots. I'm not mad at your pick though. I'm not mad at your pick at all.
Yeah. When it comes to improv, come on, man, I'm going Patrick Mahomes all day. Like, that's his bread and butter, man. To me, like
Yeah,
that's what he's known for. The off script stuff. Him and Travis Kelsey. That's what their legacy is built on, man. Like when he gets outside that pocket and he's looking for somebody. I mean, he's done it with other, with Tyreek and other receivers, but when he's outside that pocket and he's looking for Kelsey, and he tends to find him. So.
no, he does. He does. Like I even said it on the last pod when we went to the game, man. It was kind of amazing watching him in person doing that, man.
Mhm.
He's just so excellent in pocket awareness, man. He really
Right.
is. So I'm not mad at that. I went with Lamar, man. I think Lamar does some crazy stuff, man. I think he does a lot of things off the wall, off the kilter.
Mhm.
So yeah, I went with Lamar Jackson.
Now IQ, I know he's hurt. I know he's on IR, but he's still a quarterback in this league. I'm going Aaron Rodgers. He's been in the league probably as far as long tenure. He's seen every defense that's ever been seen.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to go with Aaron Rodgers. Pre-snap, I'm going Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. I went with your boy. I went with Mahomes, man. I think
Okay.
Mahomes,
I'm not mad at that.
I think he's really good at that, man. I think he knows what he sees. I think he's confident in everything that he sees. There's not a
Yeah.
defense he can't defeat.
Right.
There's not a scheme he can't defeat. I think he's defeated them all. It's hard to slow him down.
Yeah.
When he has talent like a Tyreek Hill, man, they're pretty much unstoppable. He's unstoppable,
Yeah.
man. He's gonna put up the numbers. So
Yeah.
he's putting up numbers now, even not having the receivers that he used to have. So yeah, I gave it to Mahomes, man. Mahomes is amazing.
No, I'm not mad at that. Running, I gave it to Lamar. I just think Lamar is the ultimate runner. I just think that Lamar has had 1,000-yard seasons, man. Like I know Justin Fields had a 1,000-yard season, but he's still a baby in this. I'm going Lamar Jackson, man.
I gave it to Jalen Hurts, man. He's quick. He can shake you out. But man, that tush push shit is unstoppable, bro. This is one of the most unstoppable things, man. You're gonna get that goal line touchdown. You're gonna get them yardage, man. So I went with Jalen Hurts.
What's on that, man? Clutch. Now, I know y'all gonna say I'm biased, but I double dipped. I'm going Patrick Mahomes with the clutch gene, man. Like when the chips is down, it's 2 minutes left. Give me Mahomes, man.
Okay,
so
I ain't mad at that.
I can point to numerous games, man, where he was clutch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he won us the game, put the team on our back, and said, "Not today." I mean, and he did it. So I gotta go with Mahomes, man.
I'm not mad at that. Mahomes has had a lot of comebacks in this game. Probably had one of the most crazier comebacks against the Bills that one year. So, yeah, I'm not mad at that. I went with Jalen Hurts, man. I think Jalen Hurts has proven that he's probably one of the more clutcher quarterbacks in the league. I think he stood toe to toe with Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, one of the biggest games. Some people even might say he played the better game. You know what I mean? Obviously.
He did.
And then obviously this year with how inconsistent their team is, they are 10-1. But hey, Jalen Hurts he went in, he beat the Cowboys. He went and beat Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. You know what I mean? He went and he came back, beat the Bills, man. So yeah, I think Jalen Hurts is as clutch as you can get up there with the Mahomes. So I went with him.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Leadership, I win with Jalen Hurts on leadership. I'm not the biggest Nick Sirianni fan. I'm not discounting him as a coach, but I think Jalen Hurts makes that team go. He's the leader of that team. He even has to calm Nick Sirianni down, like chill, like relax. You know what I'm saying? And when the chips are down, that team goes where Jalen Hurts goes. You know what I'm saying? So I think leadership, give me Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I got Jalen Hurts again, man. I think this proves how really good Jalen Hurts is. You know what I mean? As you said, man, he's a common presence in that locker room, man. He always has confidence, but he's never up and down, man. He's always gonna stay even kill. That's gonna keep everybody chill. You know what I mean? Even with AJ Brown skimming in his face, he's still keeping his composure. You know what I mean? And they have a belief in him. You know what I mean? So you could just tell by the way he talks in his interviews and his press conferences. Man, he's a bright young man, man. You know what I mean? And I'm jealous. I was supposed to look like him. That's crazy.
What?
Yo, man, Jalen Hurts is a handsome young man, man. No homo, bro. He has it all, bro. He's a starting quarterback. He's a starting quarterback.
Hey,
Yeah, Tim's
when they
looking
showed
at him
that,
in his eyes.
when he, I saw that. What the nasty work was that picture they took of him at the Phillies game, the Sixers game.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the court side. And what's her name? Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend on top put fly Eagles in the comments.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
That's nasty, girl. He ain't thinking
Jalen
about
Hurts,
you, girl.
Look.
You
If
just
you
root for the
man,
Chiefs a week ago.
Jalen Hurts has it all, bro. Jalen Hurts has it all, bro. He
You
has
root
it
for the
all.
Chiefs a week ago.
Nah, she gonna slide in that motherfucker DM quick.
I ain't mad at you, girl. Go and get you some Jalen Hurts.
But nah, on some real shit, man. Honestly, when I looked at it, I was like, damn, Jalen Hurts is really good, man. When you put it together, he has a lot of the qualities for a great quarterback.
Because I mean,
man.
of course, I mean, I could put Patrick Mahomes in the leadership column too, because you know he's a good leader in that locker room, and they follow him too. And one thing that makes Patrick Mahomes a good leader to me is that he treats everybody the same. Like he don't treat nobody different in that locker room.
No.
All the team, they gravitate towards him. You never hear nobody be like, "Oh well, Pat's over there, we over here." Like it's like everybody's cool with Patrick. So, I just feel I do feel like Jalen Hurts he's a little bit better as far as the leader goes. So
for real, and it's just like you know how hard it is to come off of a heartbreaking loss like that from the Super Bowl and be 10-1 right now. I think a lot of that has to do with Jalen Hurts, man. Without Jalen Hurts, man, the Eagles could have like 4 losses right now. You know what I mean? So I think people were kind of curious to see Jalen Hurts if he can do it again. I think this solidified him as up there with Mahomes, bro. I think he's just missing the Super Bowl. If he gets the Super Bowl, he's up there with Mahomes. He could be one of the all-time greats. I think it's 1A, 1B. I think you would give it Mahomes 1A. I would give Jalen Hurts 1B, honestly. I just think it's just a separation with a little bit right there. Like obviously you would put Joe Burrow up there, but you have concerns with injuries and stuff like that. Josh Allen has been falling out. Lamar Jackson, you could probably put up there, but he's been kind of inconsistency with his play as well too. I think right now it's 1 and 2, and I think there's a little bit of a gap right there too.
I would tend to say that Jalen Hurts possibly is the better version of Lamar Jackson. Like everything we want Lamar Jackson to be as a thrower of the football is not to say that he can't throw the football. We know football. But I just think Jalen Hurts is way more accurate than him. He tends to make the better decisions when crunch time comes. He takes care of the football way better than Lamar Jackson. And I love Lamar Jackson, but I've always said Jalen Hurts is he's just a better version of what we all want Lamar Jackson to be, in totality, And this is the guy who won the MVP unanimously. So it's not me, Raven fans don't kill me. I'm not shitting on Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson is great and is all right. He's probably the best running quarterback. I know people don't want to hear it. He's probably the best running quarterback of all time. Like right now, dude is special. You know what I'm saying?
To defend Lamar on your comment though, I would love to see Lamar with those receivers though. I would love to see what Lamar can do with an AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and a Goddard. Well, obviously he has Mark Andrews, but I would love to see what Lamar Jackson does with that talent around him. So I agree that Jalen Hurts has shown that he could throw the ball maybe a little bit more consistently, but he has had way better weapons than Lamar Jackson has ever had. Like this is probably the best set of receivers Lamar Jackson has had in his career. I think the Ravens have done him a disservice with the talent around him as far as like receiver wise. I know they've tried to draft. I do like Zay Flowers a lot. Obviously, he is a rookie. Like I think he'll get better. And then obviously a lot of their players around him have gotten injured a lot. I think if they give him
Rashad, because I like Rashad Bateman. Like Bateman was nice. He was coming along. He just can't stay healthy, man.
Yeah, no, for real. It's the same. Like I like when they had Marquise Brown, but obviously, they got rid of him. They tried to get Odell. Odell's been coming on a little bit little bit later than we have hoped. Like he's played a lot better the last couple weeks. But you know, his body is so fragile at this point. You don't know how many more games he can play without getting hurt or being nicked. But man, I hope that I really hope, man, that he can get a really top receiver. Like I wouldn't mind if Mike Evans went there. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind if you know what I mean, if T. Higgins or somebody went there, if they don't re-sign with the Bengals or go somewhere else. If Stephon Diggs wants to get traded, I wouldn't mind him trying to go over there or something like that. Obviously, you know, it'd be a little bit harder because they probably wouldn't want to trade him within the conference, but you know what I mean? I really want to see Lamar Jackson with an elite receiver. I just want to see what it'll look like. You know what I mean? I think he deserves that.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, I hear you on that. No, I hear you.
So who you think has a better quarterback, me or you?
I mean, I think it's equal. Yeah, I think you can't go wrong either way.
Nah, we win Super Bowls with all that shit. For real. You win Super Bowls with that.
I mean, you know, you put that quarterback together, see you in the Super Bowl type shit.
We should build the worst quarterback. We should build the worst quarterback. That's what we should do.
Just put Zach Wilson out there.
Yo, that's crazy. No, that's facts. That's facts. Either him or Brian Horace or Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo is fucking terrible.
So you put IQ, you put Zach Wilson's IQ.
Let's do it real quick. As IQ, who has the worst IQ out of all the quarterbacks? Zach Wilson's
IQ.
I think Jimmy Garoppolo is fucking terrible. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is up there too, man. Yeah, I'm not really a fan.
His IQ is better than Zach Wilson. Jimmy went to the Super Bowl.
Arm strength.
Worst?
Jimmy fucking Garoppolo, dog. Jimmy Garoppolo.
His arm strength ain't the worst.
Shit is terrible, dog. He can't throw longer than fucking 5 yards.
I'm trying to think. That's the worst. Who throws ducks out there? Might be Russell Wilson's ass.
Russell Wilson's up there too. What about legs? Who has the worst running ability?
Who's a statue? Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins is a goddamn statue, man.
Who's bad? Who is bad? Jones from the Patriots is pretty bad.
Mac Jones is the worst league.
He's pretty bad. What about for improv?
All of them, all the above. None of them.
All the above, huh? Leadership.
Justin Fields with the leadership, he's terrible.
I think Justin Fields' leadership is bad.
He got in that interview, was like, man, the coaching staff is messing me up, man.
Yeah, man. Who would I say?
Like, who has the worst body language on the sideline?
The worst body language? Man, that's a good question.
It might be Colin Murray.
Kenny Pickett has been bad lately. Kenny Pickett's body language has been pretty bad.
Kenny Pickett ain't got no right to have no bad body language at all.
Yeah. Derek Carr's body language is pretty bad. So Derek Carr's is pretty bad, dog. You know what? IQ, I might go Derek Carr. I think I might go Derek Carr with IQ. I really might. Because he throws some of the worst. He does some of the dumbest things sometimes. Like, he has the talent to be like top 10, but then he does some of the dumbest shit you have ever seen, dog. And his confidence is just low at this point. You just can tell the way he used to play, how he plays now. Like, I watched some Saints games, bro. It's literally like night and day, bro. He don't really play the same. Like, at least in some Raider games last year, he had some kind of confidence. It don't look like he has that right now.
Yeah, shout out to Hollywood, who be in Sports After Dark. She's a Saints fan. She says she done.
I got mad homies that are Saints fans. They all hate him. They be like, yo, take him back. I'm like, no, we're good. We'll send you Jimmy. You want to try Jimmy? you want to try Jimmy? I'm surprised they ain't bitched him yet. I know they ain't gonna bitch him probably until next year because they paid him too much.
How do these dudes still get jobs? Like, how does Brian Hoyer still get a job? Like you see the tape, you watch it. How does that man still get a job? I don't care how much he knows your system. He's terrible.
He is like I don't get it. Like I would still
Like
probably pick.
like Brian Hoyer is gonna be like. Don't get it twisted. Brian Hoyer probably does know like how to run an offense or whatever.
Does he?
But from a sense of the mental standpoint, like he probably can break down a play in a second in the film room. Going there
But he
physically
can't
doing
do
it
that on the
is one
field
thing,
though.
and that's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think
Like,
Cam Newton. I think like Cam Newton still needs to have a job more than Brian Hoyer or Tim Boyles.
Yeah, right.
I would try Colin Kaepernick because at least he's shown. I know it was 7 years ago, but he's shown he could get to a Super Bowl. I think it was crazy he never got another chance. I still think it's crazy. Like I would literally just see what he can do. You know what I mean? Like at least like you're trying to tell me you would rather throw Tim Boyles out there but not give Colin Kaepernick at least a shot. If I'm the Jets, I would have been trying to call Colin Kaepernick. Like, let me just see what you can do. It can't be no worse than what fucking Zach Wilson's been giving me for all year. He damn near could throw 40 yards. I'm like, at least Kaepernick might be able to throw you 140. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get he hasn't played in 7 years, but it's not gonna hurt. Like some of this quarterback play has been fucking god awful. And you're trying to tell me you're not going to give Cam Newton a chance. You're not going to give RG3 a chance. You're not going to give fucking Colin Kaepernick a chance. Like, come on, man. Give me a break. Give me a break. Come on, man. They got something left in the tank.
You look around the league, and it's just like
the backup quarterback. Like, look, there's only so many good quarterbacks out there. But like number one, starting wise, there's only so many good quarterbacks. So you know, once you start getting to the backups, it's damn near god awful. Like obviously, you got like Joshua Dobbs. Like yeah, he had a bad game last week, but overall, he's a decent backup. You know what I mean? I think PJ Walker is a decent backup. I think what's my man's name? That plays for the Giants. Taylor Heineke is a decent backup. I think Gardner Minshew is a decent backup. What's my man's name? Taylor. What's his name from the Giants? I think he's a decent backup too. Tyrod Taylor. I think he's a decent backup. But once you start giving me Tim Boyles and fucking Carson Wentz and Drew Lock and all these
Nathan Peterman. How does that dude still get a job somewhere?
I don't know, bro. I don't know, but yeah, you trying to tell me the old great quarterbacks can't give you like at least a couple good games, though? Nah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's messed up. All right, man. Usually the show gives us the surefire bets, but I'm gonna give you guys some bets this week. Pick 3 college, and I picked 3 NFL. Now I thought this spread was crazy. Now this team is already beat because the team that's the underdog beat the other team early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
They got Oregon minus 9.5 over Washington. I think that number is nuts.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't even think that's that bad. I don't think it's that bad. I think Oregon's the better team. They were the better team in Washington. they lost a close one.
Oh, I think it's gonna be close. I'm not saying Washington can't lose, but 9.5, that's 10 points. That's a lot for Washington. Washington's better than that. So I'm taking the plus 9.5.
Okay.
Michigan over Iowa. I'm taking the minus 22. I think that game's gonna be over by first quarter.
Yeah, Iowa has no offense at all.
And Jim's back. Jim Harbaugh's back. He's gonna be turned up.
They about to turn
He's
up.
He's gonna be turned up.
Mm-hmm.
And then what other game did I have? That's it for college right now. Then NFL, I'm taking, and I know this is crazy, but I'm sorry. I'm never gonna take the Patriots in any spread. I'm taking minus 5.5 Chargers over Patriots. I'm taking that. They can't
You
score.
crazy. You crazy. I would not touch
They
that
can't
game.
score with the Chargers. They can't score with the Chargers. I'm
All
sorry.
right, man. Watch Bailey Zappi gonna go out there and throw for 400 yards against that sorry ass defense. Hey, Chargers aren't playing with no fight. You really have that much faith in the Chargers?
It's not. I just have less faith.
That's crazy. That's a stay away game right there.
I have less faith in Wilson name. That's what it really is. That's what it comes down to.
Mhm.
And then I'm taking the -2.5 49ers. I think they want this game a lot more than the Eagles.
They do.
I just
like
think
that.
they're gonna come on. They're gonna come out with their hair on fire, and from the jump. Now I would advise. I got this advice earlier. I actually think this is good advice. I would actually end game this game. Wait to see who scored first, because you possibly can get the 49ers plus 3.5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you really cooking with Cris.
Plus that gauntlet that the Eagles are doing, man. It's hard, man. It's hard to go through the Chiefs, Bills, and then Niners. That's tough. That's tough.
That was the other game I had for pros. I took the over in the Dallas Cowboys and Seahawks game. I think Dallas can score 30, 40 points by themselves.
Seahawks defense hasn't really played good the last couple weeks either.
So yeah,
I ain't mad at those.
And there was one more. I had something else in this. Where's it at? I took it. Oh, I took the over in Florida State in Louisville game. -47.5. I'm taking that.
Oh yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, for sure. I think that's easy money right there.
Yeah. So those Cris Styles, sure, 5 bets. Show you. All right, man. Now we're gonna play a little bit out. Buy or sell.
Yep.
Hit me, Mar. What you got?
So I got a list of names, man. We're gonna go by. You know what I mean? And then I said, game is very simple. Buy or sell the stock of the NFL player. All right. Number 1. You ready? Kyle Murray.
Damn. Even though I don't really care for his body language, I'm gonna buy.
Why is that?
I'm gonna buy it because I think the kid is talented. I do think he's talented. I know people think he's a midget and whatever. And I've had this shout out to the homie Rob at work. I always had this argument with him, and he looks at me like I'm crazy when I say Kyler Murray's talented. Oh, stop it! I think Baker Mayfield. Get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Kyler Murray is very talented. The kid can throw the football. He's got an arm. He can improvise with the best of them. He just needs a team around him.
Yeah.
Like, give him an offensive line, give him some receivers, something. If he's going to stay at Arizona, give him something. When he had D-Hop, he had one of his best seasons. And then D-Hop got hurt. What you expect? So, I'm going to buy it.
Okay.
Low payment, but,
I got you. All right, number 2, Bryce Young.
That's difficult right there. I'm gonna sell, but it's not because of him. It's not because of him. It's because of his team, man. I don't trust the Carolina Panthers to put anything around that kid. I wouldn't be surprised if he asked for a trade after next year. I wouldn't be surprised to get the hell up out of Carolina because they mess their kid's career up. They're gonna mess him up. You know what I'm saying? Because if Pepper don't get it right this time and go get the right coach around him and GM, go out there and get the right play, get a damn number 1 wide receiver. First of all, why get rid of DJ Moore? You could have just got rid of some of your picks and kept DJ Moore for Bryce Young. Maybe he have a better season this year. Right. But right now, I gotta sell it. Because I don't trust the team. I don't trust the GM. I don't trust the owner.
Okay. Number 3, George Pickens.
Sell.
Sell?
How fast can I sell him, man? I'm selling him half off, 50% off, man. He's on the discount. Sell his ass quick. He's on the garage sale, man.
God damn, the garage sale? That's crazy,
He's
dog.
on.
God damn, you give it away for $2?
Kenny is terrible. Get him out of there.
All right. Number 5, Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm buying that stock. I say in about 2 years, he's going to be the best defensive tackle in the league.
Yeah, I know that pisses me off. That pisses me off a lot.
He's going to be the best defensive tackle in the league in 2 years.
All right. Number 6. This name might actually surprise you. But I think it should be talked about. Joe Burrow.
I'm gonna buy it because I believe in his talent, his leadership, and all that stuff. I think the guy is. I think he's when he's healthy, he's 1B to Mahomes. Like he's the one who's gave Mahomes the most problems. He's gave my team the most problems. Much as I can't stand that team over there. They're talented, man. And the only thing about Burrows is I want to see Burrows when he don't have T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. He just has Jamar Chase as his weapon, and he's got to put some new weapons out there. But other than that, I think he's a good quarterback. So
yeah. The only reason I asked that is also injury history. I think
injuries,
I think he's had a lot of injuries and a lot of lower body injuries that I think that could derail certain quarterbacks. So that's the main reason why I asked. Let's see. Dak Prescott.
Ooh. Damn. I'm gonna buy it. Damn. Don't feel good about it, but I'm gonna buy it.
You gonna buy it? Okay.
I'm gonna buy his stock. He's been balling this year. I asked you the question earlier. You know, if he balls out third tomorrow, Jalen Hurts looks shaky against the 49ers. I'm back as the MVP. I know the schedule ain't the same, but still, you play who's on your schedule, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these MVP votes get racked up on bad teams anyway. Let's just keep it 100. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And they have been blowing out the teams that they need to blow out too. They have been blowing them out though. So,
and usually the Dallas Cowboys don't do that. They usually struggle with bad teams.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it. This version of it, I'm gonna buy it.
Okay. Devon Witherspoon.
Buy it.
Okay.
He's a young up and coming corner. He's physical. That's what you need in the corner now. You need a physical. I know the rules, you know, whatever, but still, you need a guy who's physical who can tackle. That's what you need. What's up, Marcus Peters? You need somebody who can tackle. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Who's gonna be physical? You know, because the corner is the last line of defense, man, especially in the running game. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody who can be physical, and he's all that. When I saw him rock bottom the player the other week.
Nah, he's very physical. He's a very physical cornerback. He's not scared of anything. You know what I mean?
He's not, and that's what you need. You need a fearless corner. So I'm gonna buy that stuff.
Okay, I got 3 more for you. Courtland Sutton.
Man, I like Courtland. I do, but I'm gonna sell.
You gonna sell?
I'm gonna sell. What we going on? Year 6 or 7? 9.
Maybe,
I understand. I understand this quarterback situation hasn't been the greatest. But it's just like even Geddes ain't had the best quarterback situation. He had their ball. You know what I'm saying? The ballers still ball, regardless who's at quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a quarterback needy receiver, I think I'm gonna have to sell on you, bro.
Okay. So I got 2 more, and these 2 are gonna hit home for both of us. Okay. Aiden O'Connell.
That's a good one. I'm gonna buy as a backup.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy him as a starter, but as a backup, as a solid dude. Okay, I wouldn't even say a backup. I would say Aiden O'Connell is good as long as you put the pieces around him. Everything has to be perfect around him. It does. But when he does have a Devontae Adams, a Jacoby Myers, and a decent offensive line, and Joshua Jacobs in the backfield, you see the glimpses of him making plays. He can throw that football down the field. You know what I'm saying? He can win you a couple games. So I would buy it.
Okay.
I'd buy it.
Last one. This is gonna hit home for you. Okay. Sky Moore.
No, why you gonna do that, man? Why you do that to me, man? Sky Moore, man. I'm still buying, man. I'm buying Sky Moore.
You still buying Sky Moore?
Let me explain though.
Okay.
At the role that he's been getting at lately, I'm not expecting Sky Moore to be my number one. I'm not even expecting Sky to be my number two. But if he could be my solid, if he could be Tyler Boyd, I'm all fine for that. If he could be developing, because here's my thing. I don't move off of players. Like, I understand development is different for different players. You know what I'm saying? Like, some, a lot of people, we have expectations for certain guys or whatever. And I get it. We had an expectation for Scott to take that step forward. But maybe just, I think his development has been stunted because we've been rotating so many goddamn receivers in and out of the lineup. So he can't really, he gets a lot of snaps, but it's like he's just out there running cardio. They're not really, okay, on this play, Sky, we're going to give you a chance to, get a rhythm going. He's never getting a rhythm because now we got to put Kadarius Toney and Miko Harmon and Risha Rice. And, back when when Justin Ross was in the lineup, put him out there, like, he really hasn't had no flow. But when you see it, it's there. It's like, okay, like he get you a nice 3rd and 5, a 3rd and 10. If he could be that guy, I'm still buying. If you could put Sky in the slot on a consistent basis, I'm buying Sky as a slot receiver.
Okay, all right. Well, that is the game of buy or sell, man.
I did a lot of buying. I'm broke. Let's talk about NBA in-season tournament final 8 picks.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now here is the tournament, how it looks. You got on the west side, you got Lakers, number 1 against number 4 Suns. You got the Kings, the number 2 Kings against number
Pelicans
8. What number is the Pelicans?
3.
5?
They're 3.
Then on the East, you got Bucks number 1 over Knicks number 4, and then you got number 2 Pacers over the number 3 Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna save your game for last.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna go with the bottom right, Pacers at Celtics. Would you like it?
So this game, I think it's going to be really interesting. I think the Pacers with Tyrese Halliburton's been playing really, really well. He's been one of the better offensive players. I would say he's probably top 5, top 6 offensive players in the league right now. They just don't play no defense at all. So I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. But I'm going to go with the Celtics. I think they're going to get the stops when they need it, and I think they're going to move on to the semifinal round.
Yeah, I agree. I just think the Celtics have the better players. Tatum, Brown, Holiday. I've seen some highlights of the Pacers, and I know they scored a lot of points. But, I just think the Celtics are just a better team. So. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Celtics.
Okay.
All right, we're going to go bottom left. Kings and Pelicans. Who you got?
So this one is tough. I think Sacramento's home court advantage is one of the best ones in the league right now. But I think with the Pelicans getting CJ McCollum back, I think that makes them very, very dangerous. Zion Williamson is healthy. Brandon Ingram is hooping. He's like one of my favorite players in the league right now. So I'm gonna go with the Pelicans in the upset. I think the Pelicans gonna move on, get to Vegas, and move to the semifinal round.
As much as I like the Pelicans, I'm go with the Kings, man. I think they got the hot hand right now. Malik Monk, man, he out there balling, man.
Yes.
I think he's gonna ball again. Got the Kings, man.
Okay.
All right, let's go top right. Milwaukee Bucks at the New York Knickerbockers.
This one's gonna be tough. I like what I've been seeing from Dame and Giannis. But I also like what I've been seeing with the Knicks the last couple games. The thing with the Bucks is they just don't play the defense that they used to play. So surprisingly, I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna go with the Knickerbockers, man. I think the Knicks are gonna advance, pull off the upset, and then we're gonna get the Celtics versus the Knicks in Vegas for a semifinal matchup.
You know where I'm going, baby. Milwaukee, baby. I'm going with the Bucks, man. Dame, he been balling lately, man, especially in the fourth quarter. You know, Giannis ain't got to do too much, stumbling and balling into the lane and try to do too much. You got Dame there, just close it out for you. You got a closer now, so I'm gonna roll with the Bucks, man.
Okay.
And of course, we're gonna go with the game that you're gonna really be paying attention to.
Yeah,
the L.A. Lakers, LeBron James, AD versus KD, Book, Phoenix Suns. What you got? What you got, man?
So this game makes me nervous, man. I'm a huge Devin Booker fan. Obviously, Kevin Durant, he's amazing. Devin Booker has been balling. You know, the Lakers have been very inconsistent. We got a lot of injuries. Cam Reddish did come back today. We looked really well, even though it was against the Pistons. So it's going to be a tough game, man. I think it's going to be a really up and down type of game. There's going to be a lot of runs. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers are down for a little bit. But I have to go with my Lakers. I think King James is going to pull it off. And we're going to win a close one. We're going to squeak one out. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing going to OT. But the Lakers will play the Pelicans in the semifinals in Las Vegas, December 7th.
Even though Lakers is coming off that bad loss, I'm gonna go with the Lakers, man. I'm gonna roll with your Lakers, man. I think they're motivated. I think they're gonna come in motivated, ready to play. And AD's gonna ball out in this round. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Lakers, man. I'm gonna go with the Lakers. Even though I think it's gonna be close. I think KD's gonna do what KD does. Book's gonna do what Book do. But I think it comes down to a last minute shot from LeBron James.
Okay. I agree. I would not be surprised if it come down to the last second shot. I wouldn't be surprised.
So yeah, that's how I got it. All right. So then you would have, well,
I got the Knicks and Celtics in my semifinals.
So who would you have winning that?
So this one, I think this one will be another good game. I think the Knicks play the Celtics really well. I think they do. But I think the Celtics are just too deep, man. I really do. So I'm gonna go with Celtics. I think they make it to the championship game on December 9th.
In my scenario, I actually got the Celtics beating Milwaukee. Even though Milwaukee's been playing a lot better, I just think it's going to be too much for them.
Yeah.
And I got the Celtics winning.
Okay.
So you got Lakers, Pelicans. Who you got?
Bro, we are going to get the best finals, long-time rivalry in Las Vegas. And if that happens, I might have to be there. We're going to get the Lakers versus the Celtics for the first ever in-season tournament championship game.
Yeah, I got the Lakers winning. They're going to beat. I got, of course, Sacramento, but I think they're going to be too much for Sacramento. I think they're going to beat them. So I got the Lakers and Celtics like you. And in the finals, I already know who you're going for. So I'm going to ask you.
Well, this game, it all depends on who we have playing. Now, if we can get Ryu back, and hopefully maybe maybe Vanderbilt might be able to play. If we can get that to happen, I'll pick my Lakers. But if we are the way we are right now, I'm gonna have honestly say I think the Celtics will probably win, honestly. But I'm gonna go out the limb. I'm gonna go with my heart, go with my pride. I'm gonna go with my Lakers.
I'm gonna go with your Lakers too, because I'm gonna go back to. I just think they're gonna want it more.
Yeah, I think
I
so too.
think that this. I think the Lakers are gonna go in there hyped up, ready to go to show that they are championship contender ready, and this is gonna catapult them to the second half of the season after the All Star break. So, yeah, I got the Lakers winning the whole thing.
Yeah, I've been enjoying this NBA in-season tournament. I know a lot of people have been, a little critical about it with the whole point differential shit. I think that's pretty lame. I think that's been one of the better points of it. If we're gonna sit here and cry about, how many points we're beating grown men who get paid millions of dollars, I think that's kind of crazy to me. You get paid millions of dollars, it doesn't matter how much you get beat, you'll be fine. It's not gonna kill you. But overall, I'm a fan of this new NBA in-season tournament, man. The games that we saw, I think a couple days ago to get into the final 8, they were pretty good, man. So I'm excited to see how the rest of the tournament plays out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think it's been good for the league, man. It's getting people involved, regardless if they hate or like it. They watching it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
watching
And
it,
that's the
yeah, man,
point. And that's the point. So,
for
and
real.
these people are still gonna watch it. All these people on Twitter that's, hey, I see you, Chuck. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
You on there hating and complaining about the tournament. Your ass gonna be front and center watching the damn tournament, just like everybody else.
Yeah, hell
So I
yeah.
don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. All right, man. Is it time to blow up the Golden State Warriors? They took a bad L against the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Malik Monk went off on them. Draymond is getting technical still. Now, he didn't probably deserve this one. But when you're a marked man, you're a marked man. That's Rasheed Wallace. Um, what's your thoughts on this, man?
Well, yeah, Draymond getting technicals is like us breathing air. Like this shit, it's just is what it is at this point. You know what I mean? I think it's about that time. I think you got Steph 35, Clay's 33. This is his last year as far as like on his contract with the Warriors. Draymond Green's 33. You got Chris Paul who's 38. Obviously you have some of your younger players, Moody and Kuminga, they're 21, Looney's 27. I think it's time that Steph really starts thinking about getting cutthroat with this team. In a sense of he might have to pull a LeBron, where he might need to clean house. Like at the end of the day, I think Draymond. The thing with Draymond is he's still valuable in the sense of like he still is their best defender. He still helps run the offense, like at least takes the pressure off a little bit as far as like running the offense away from Steph Curry. But I feel like Draymond Green has become more of a detriment than a positive.
Right.
He hasn't learned anything as far as like having any kind of self-control. I get it. You know what I mean? Like he is who he is. But I agree with Kenny Smith, man. You're not 21, you're not 22, you're not 23. It's time to start at least understanding that you need to stop putting your team in bad positions in a sense of like getting you suspended, getting technicals, kind of killing the momentum of the team. And then it's just kind of like the more technicals he gets, he's getting close to that 16 mark, I think, already. And then it's just like after that, every 2, he's gonna get suspended. You know what I mean? And that goes into the playoffs too. So and he's had multiple issues with this. He had the stomp against Sabonis last year that cost him a game. You had the whole, obviously the bigger one was the one with the whole incident with LeBron James, and I get it. LeBron stepped over him. I wasn't really a fan of LeBron stepping over Draymond. I kind of understood it. I don't think it was that bad, but overall, he did put himself in a precarious situation with all the technical fouls that he got, which led him getting the suspension that lost them the game, that kind of started the momentum of the Cavs making that comeback, 3-1 comeback. Klay Thompson just looks like he just lost all his confidence at this point. Obviously, they were going through contract negotiations this past summer, but it's going to be really hard to pay him, man. He's went through 2 tough injuries with the Achilles and then the ACL first, then the Achilles. So I think Klay Thompson, I feel like Klay Thompson needs like a breath of fresh air with a new team.
Yeah.
I would love to see him getting paired up with I would love him to be on my Lakers. I know his pops used to play for the Lakers. I think he still does play-by-play for the Lakers organization. I wouldn't mind seeing him playing there. I wouldn't mind seeing him playing next to Jimmy and Bam. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind him going to the Knicks. I think there's a lot of fits for him. Draymond, obviously, he's going to be there for a while. And the other thing with Draymond, he killed the relationship with Kevin Durant. He killed that relationship, and he also killed the relationship with Jordan Poole. All the young players that the Warriors had, Jordan Poole, no matter, I get he's been playing like not that great with the Wizards. And I get he's not.
And he fumbled the bag on old girl.
Yeah, he did. And I get it. He's not one of your leaders that needs to be leading the team. He doesn't need to be your go-to guy. But if you put him in the right circumstances, he was one of the main reasons why they won that championship against the Celtics a couple years ago. And he was literally their best young talent that they drafted. And then he went and punched him in the face and kind of killed that kind of momentum as far as like with that. Because who knows, without that punch, who knows how their season might have went. I think they could have built off that championship that they had, and they might have had another run last year. I get the Denver Nuggets look unstoppable, but I think the Warriors, if that punch never happened, I think they could have took maybe another step. I think that whole punch kind of just killed the momentum in that, and then now you just kind of seeing the Warriors are stuck, especially with that payroll. That payroll is crazy, so they're gonna have to figure that out. So they're gonna have to figure out, man. I think they just need to start. I wouldn't want to say rebuild because you want to do that with Steph when he's 35, but Steph is gonna have to make. He's gonna have to figure it out, man. They're gonna have to figure out what they want to do. Steph needs to figure out if he wants to make. I'm assuming he wants to stay with Golden State. I'm assuming he wants to end his career with Golden State. But if he wants to continue winning, it's either they're gonna have to start trying to trade Klay Thompson during the All-Star break because you don't want to lose him for nothing. Depending on how much you can get for him during the All-Star break, you got to figure out if Draymond Green is still even capable of, at least being a somewhat of a positive light for that team because they keep allowing him to get away with this dumb shit. You know what I mean? And they keep making excuses for him. And honestly, that's biting him in the butt. And then Steve Kerr, he needs to start being able to trust his younger talent more. And you saw that in the last game where Moody was literally one of their hottest players next to Steph, and he took him out to continue to play Klay, to continue to play Andrew Wiggins. You know what I mean? So I don't know why he doesn't trust those guys because at the end of the day, if you want them to play in the playoffs, you got to put them in positions like that. And I think you need to do that in the regular season. Games like that, I think Moody should get this. I think Moody should play. I think Jonathan Kuminga should get a chance, especially if they're playing really good. So they have a lot of figuring out, but I think it's about time they start figuring out. They got to start thinking about moving some of these pieces if they want to be any kind of relevant for the playoffs this year.
Yeah, all good basketball dynasties have to come to an end. Guys get older. Some acts get old. Draymond, and you're right. He's too old to be acting the way he reacts. He's not displaying leadership skills, especially with the Jordan Poole thing. You shouldn't let the young man rattle you up. You know what I'm saying? That could have been a conversation you could have had with him. Maybe even if you don't punch him, maybe you're, grab him by his shirt, rough him up a little bit, whatever. But punching him, that's on a whole nother level.
Yeah, man.
And then you expect the young man to, Poole to be cool with you after that? Like, nah. The only way we be cool, man, is you let me run my fade back.
Even with Kevin Durant, man, you literally berated him when he all he did was like, yo, give me the ball. I'm Kevin fucking Durant. You should not be you shouldn't be taking the last there's a pecking order to taking the last shot. Either Steph Curry, it should have went down to Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. That's 1A, 1B. Then you got Klay Thompson. Wow. You chose to in that Clipper game to do some dumb shit, and you end up losing the ball, and then they go in overtime, and I think they lose the game. And then you go over there, you want to yell at and call Kevin Durant a bitch, this and all that type of shit, and you just literally killed that whole relationship because we all know how Kevin Durant is. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna take anything. He ain't gonna take anything to slight, bro. If he don't fuck with you, he ain't gonna fuck with you. You know what I mean? Then you killed the whole Jordan Poole shit, and it's just like they keep allowing him to get away with it just because they got him some rings. And I get it. He got you some rings. He was one of the main cog to get you some rings, but he's older now. When you gonna put your foot down and be like, bro, we cannot have this. We cannot have this. We can't keep getting away with this shit because we don't have the talent like we used to. Klay Thompson ain't what he used to be. Steph Curry is 35 years old. Sooner or later, he's gonna probably slow down a little bit. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Do you think would you trade Draymond Green right now? What'd you think about it? If you got the pieces that you if you can get the pieces that you want for him, would you consider it? I get he's been one of the main focal points of this team, and I get it. He still plays good when he's focused, but
I mean, if it's some good pieces, I'm getting back. Then yeah, I would trade him. Yeah, I would trade him. Definitely. And as far as Klay, like you said, man, a change of scenery probably be best for Klay.
Yeah, I think he's just trying too hard. I think he wants that contract so bad. I think he wants to stay with the Warriors, but with that payroll, man, I don't think it's gonna happen. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think so either. Do you think Kerr is in jeopardy of losing his job?
I don't think Kerr is in jeopardy to lose his job. I think it's more so I think Kerr might be burnt out. And I could see him maybe stepping away for a little bit, like, you know, kind of like how their GM left. So I could honestly see more of like Steve Kerr just being like, I just need a break from coaching. You know what I mean? He's already doing that with the Olympic team. I think he said this is going to be his last go with the Paris team. And then I think he said he's going to not coach no more with the Olympic team. So I could see him maybe just taking a break from coaching for a little bit, maybe a year or two.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it. He deserves it. All right, man. I added this at the end because I saw this earlier. Let's talk a little boxing. Devin Haney.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. He dropped all the belts, right?
So he dropped all his belts. Now, that part, that's not the part that was like, oh, you know, whatever. I expected him to do that. What intrigued me was what he said. After he fights Regis Progress and he beats him, he'll be a three-time division champ, a three-division champion. And then he's moving up to 147.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that Devin Haney is going to fight Boots?
That's what it looks like.
For his title?
I don't think Terrence Crawford's coming back down for that shit. I think Terrence Crawford would. Honestly, it's looking like that.
I don't think he would entertain Devin Haney.
I don't think he would entertain Devin Haney anyway. I don't think that fight would be close. Honestly,
you wouldn't.
I think that's the only reason why you would go up is to fight Boots. You know, I think that would be a great name for both of those fighters. I think Boots really needs a name next to him in a win column that really stands out. Devin Haney, obviously, he has a better, I guess, list of fighters he's fought as far as like, especially within his own division with, you know, Lomachenko and all that. And then now he has a pro grade fight, which I don't think it's going to be an easy fight. But yeah, man, if he goes and he wins against Progress, I think that would be a good showing. He's gonna have to show some kind of power. Hopefully, with him gaining this weight, he might have a little bit more power in his punches. And we'll see. I think Regis Progress will be a really good test to that. And if he can do that and he move up to Boots, I think that would be an easily selling. I think that would be a great selling. I wouldn't say great, like as far as like in a Mayweather sense, like fight, but I think it would sell. You know what I mean? And that'll be a great fight to watch. I'll be definitely intrigued in that. I would love to see Boots against Haney for sure.
Do you think Haney is doing this to now say ducking? Because you're moving up to fight Boots. If you do go to 147, it's still like that's crazy, you know. But do you think because Shakur Stevenson had a bad showing, Do you think he was like, bump it, I'm just gonna move up to 147?
Well, you still got Tank. Like you could try to set that fight up if you really want to. I think Tank and Haney would be a big pay-per-view sell. So it's not like he doesn't have anybody else. Like Shakur Stevenson isn't really moving needles right now. I'm just gonna call it a spade right now. After that fight, he's not moving anything right now. He needs to reprove himself as far as like being a boxer that can put some excitement back. I think he will. I think you think he will too. I think he just had a bad night. I'm not going to sit here and say the kid can't, regain all his momentum that he once had.
Right.
But like Haney, like, you leaving because of Shakur's fight, I think is ridiculous. I think you have too many other great fighters. I think you still have Ryan Garcia. You still have Tank you can fight. You still have Teofimo. There's just too many other fighters that have big names that you can make for great pay-per-views. Now, if he wants to take on the challenge for Boots, I'm not mad at that. Like, that better be the only reason why he's moving up. I can't see nobody else that you need to be moving up for. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Number one, we need to see what Devin Haney look like against Regis. That's what we need.
Yeah.
I want to see what he looks like in his new weight, his new body. He looks a little bit bigger, obviously, with the weight. I'm curious to see if he can get some kind of power, because eventually that's going to be the one that bites him in the ass. And sooner, look, if he don't have no power in this fight, I don't want to see him going against Boots, because Boots, that's not going to be a good matchup. It's not going to be a good matchup. Yeah, it's not going to be a good matchup. You need to have some kind of physicality with your punches. You need to be able to hurt somebody like a Boots. You know what I mean? If you can't hurt Boots, Boots is going to walk right through you, and I think he's a quicker puncher. I think obviously he's a definitely more heavy hitter than Devin Haney. Overall, I would favor Boots in that fight, no matter what. And if he moved up, no matter how Haney looked, I would probably still favor Boots.
I agree. Yeah, I saw it. That part was interesting when he said he's going to move to 147, and I'm like, if you're moving to 147, then that means you want to go after Boots' title.
I'm gonna ask you, like, don't you think it would be smarter if he just like stayed at 140 for at least a couple more fights to at least get his body used to 140? You know what I mean?
Personally, I think that he's silly going. He's gonna take the one fight at 140 and then just shoot up to 147. Like, when you got so many fights even at 140, like you said, you got the Ryan Garcia. You could make a big fight with Teofimo. If you beat Regis Progress, you could have a big fight with Teofimo.
Yeah, unless if he's like really struggling to make this weight. Like if he's struggling to make one, maybe he's struggling to make 140. He's like, look, this is putting a lot of torment on my body just doing 140 now. You know what I mean? That's maybe that's another reason why he gave up those belts, because he's like, look, it was already hard enough. I already looked like I was a sick human being, you know what I mean, trying to make 135. Like, and then I'm still struggling trying to make 140. So maybe he's like, maybe I really need to move up to 147 and just be like, fuck it. Like I can't do 140 no more, man. My body's changed too much to the point where I need to be at 147. It could be that too. You know what I mean? But I think he looks good overall. All the videos I've seen, it looks like he looks a lot healthier than what he normally did when he was at 135. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I don't know, man. We'll see.
So I know the fights next week. I'm pretty sure we'll talk about it next week. But right now, how's your early feels with the fight? You don't gotta give me no prediction, but how you feel? How you feel? The confidence level. How you think the fight will kind of play itself out without the prediction?
Here's my thing. I don't think this fight is going to be as exciting as people think it's going to be. Because
as far as like a lot of throwing punches and shit like that, yeah.
I think Devin Haney is going to play chess while Progress plays checkers, and I think that Progress is going to try to go for the knockout. He's going to try to swing and go for the fences, and I just think Devin Haney is just going to outbox him.
So you think it's going to be like a slow, methodical type fight?
Yeah, because I don't see Haney knocking out Regis Progress. I can see Regis Progress knocking out Haney because he has that type of power. But I think they're going to play it smart, just like they did with Kimbosa. They're going to play it smart. He's going to point him to death. He's going to outbox him. He's going to move around on him. and he's going to try to tire out Regis Progress, and then in the later rounds, he might try to get him out of here. But I don't see that happen. I'll be surprised if he knocks out Regis Progress. But
I think if it goes that route, for some reason I don't know why in my heart I think I might favor Regis in that shit. Then if he goes that route, I really think Devin Haney really needs to really. I'm not saying he needs to go in there and be like a Toro Gotti type shit, just stand in front of him. But I think he needs to. I think he needs to be active. I think he needs to be active because I think Regis is going to be active. I think so. I think he'll be more active than Devin Haney. And then on top of that, if you ain't going to be able to at least show any kind of like ability to hurt Regis, I think that's just not going to be really good. Like I think he needs to. If he's going to play that game, he needs to be very methodical, but he needs to do it in flurries. You know what I mean? I get he doesn't want to stand in front of him, but he needs to get in there. Throw some flurries, maybe win the end of the rounds where he just kind of goes in and just, throws everything that he can, you know what I mean? Throw combinations and shit like that. I don't know. It's an intriguing fight. I'm very curious to see. I'm definitely going to watch it. It has the potential to be a very boring fight, but I think it could get exciting too, depending on how Devin Haney wants to play. You know what I mean? I know he's more of a cautious fighter, but if Regis can make him in fear of losing, he's gonna have to change his mindset. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Devin Haney's down on by the sixth round. I would not be surprised.
Regis is gonna have to. He's gonna have to play bully. He's gonna have to be physical with Haney and push him around. He's gonna have to do he's gonna have to do some veteran boxing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like mush his face and his. No, gonna have to do some of those tactics. You know what I'm saying to make. Haney might have to come out of his shell. But personally, I just think he's going to jab Regis to death because he's the taller fighter. I think he's going to keep him away, and he's going to move around on him. So
I think Regis is also. I think he's going to be motivated too, especially by his last showing too. His last showing wasn't really the best showing. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the same in Shakur Stevenson way. Like, you know what I mean? Like it kind of left a little bit of a bad taste in people's mouths who kind of supported Regis or at least I wouldn't say his major supporters, but at least I guess like the people who kind of like on the outside looking in as far as like support with Regis, like, you know what I mean? I think it kind of like made like a little bit like, I don't know. You know what I mean? So I think he's going to be at least a little bit more motivated, especially to do a better show. You know what I mean? So who knows, man? No, we'll see. Yeah. I know they just showed the undercard for it. I just saw the undercard for the fight. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. All right, man. Let's go ahead and do these NFL Week 13 picks.
Yeah.
Schedule. All right, man. Let's go ahead and kick this thing off. Seahawks at the Cowboys. I'm gonna go Cowboys. I think they're gonna win this game definitively by a couple touchdowns. Dak's gonna have another good game. I'm gonna go Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cowboys too. Seahawks have not been playing good at all.
Indianapolis Colts at Titans. It's a division game. I know they said Jonathan Taylor needed surgery on his thumb, so I don't know how that's going to affect him.
They say he's out for at least 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, so I still like Zach Moss, though. I think the Colts still win. I think Gardner Minshew does enough to win that game.
I did like the way Derrick Henry ran the ball last week. Titans at home. Colts have been inconsistent. I'm gonna go with Titans.
You got the Atlanta Falcons at the New York Jets. Two bad teams. But I'm gonna go with the Falcons. I just think they're playing a little bit better football. I think they got the ball in Bijan Robinson's hands and just do enough to win the game. So
I'm gonna go with the Jets. I think that Jets defense. I mean, Desmond Ritter, man, he's not really one of the best quarterbacks out there. I think the Jets are going to cause a lot of. I think the Jets defense is going to win them the game pretty much. So I got the Jets.
yeah, you got Lions at Saints. Now Lions they're actually coming up two bad games. They beat the Chicago Bears. They pulled it out, but last week they lost to the Packers. I'm gonna go with the Lions. I think they're gonna bounce back, beat the Saints. But yeah.
No, I got the Lions too, man. I just don't trust Derek Carr.
Now this game is gonna be interesting. Broncos, the Texans. This is playoff implications for that wild card spot at least. The Broncos are on a 5-game winning streak. Texas just coming off of a big loss to the Jaguars. I'm gonna go with the Broncos, man.
No, Broncos. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely a big game for both teams. I think both teams definitely need to win this to at least have a really strong chance to make the playoffs. But I'm going with Texans at home. I like the Texans.
You got LA Chargers versus the New England Patriots. I have no trust in the Patriots. They're just a terrible team. Chargers ain't no better, but Chargers got way more offensive pieces. I just think they're gonna do enough to beat the Patriots.
Yeah. I'm going Chargers too. Better quarterback, better weapons.
You got the Cardinals at the Steelers. Now everybody's going crazy because the Steelers put up some more, yardage than their last opponent.
Yeah, put up a little 400.
They still look bad.
Yeah.
On offense. I'm going to upset. Kyler Murray gets the upset over the Steelers.
Are you on Cardinals, huh? I like Kyler Murray. I actually like him a lot. I just don't think he has enough pieces, honestly. So I'm gonna go Steelers.
Okay. You got the Dolphins at the Commanders. Commanders are so inconsistent, man. Like one minute they look all right, next minute they look bad. I'm gonna go with Dolphins. I think that's too much.
Yeah, I went with Dolphins too.
You got the Panthers at the Buccaneers. Panthers come first game without Frank Wright. Buccaneers are kind of like that middling team that they're there, but But I'm gonna go to the Buccaneers. I think they're just slightly better team.
I think the Panthers will come out. I think after every head coach firing, I think the team usually comes out, plays pretty well. But same thing. I just don't think they have enough pieces. O-line is still terrible, so I'm gonna go with Bucks.
You get the big game, 125, 49ers at Eagles. A lot of stuff riding on this game. I'm going to go 49ers. Like I said earlier, I just think they're going to be more amped up. They feel like they got slighted at the NFC Championship game when Brock Purdy got hurt. Everybody's initially healthy. So I think they're going to go out there with their hair on fire. I got the 49ers.
Yeah, I got the 49ers too. I think they're going to play really well, very inspired. I know they're still mad about the NFC Championship game last year, so it should be a good game.
You got the Browns at the Rams. Rams actually looked good on offense last week. Matthew Stafford was slinging that thing across, slinging the football all over the field. I'm going to go with the Rams, get back-to-back wins. Williams, I think he runs all over, even though the Browns defense is really good. But I just think offensively they're going to have a little bit more than the Browns.
Yeah, Myles Garrett got hurt. I'm not sure if he's playing. I think he might be playing, But the Rams look like they're getting healthy at the right time of the year. So yeah, I got the Rams. I got the Rams winning too.
You got Sunday Night Football at Lambeau Field. My Kansas City Chiefs versus the Green Bay Packers. First time Patrick Mahomes is playing prime time in Lambeau Field. He's always played in the preseason, but he's never played prime time game or just a regular season game in Lambeau. So, I'm gonna go with my Chiefs. I think they're gonna stack on this. The way the offense look. With Rasheed Rice and get him more involved. And I think the running game, Pacheco, I think he's going to be able to get some runs off on the Packers. I think it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be like a blowout or anything. I think Jordan Love and them, they starting to find their groove, and they're in Lambeau Field. So I'd be stupid to act like we're going to blow the team out or anything. But I do think we pull it out at the end in the fourth quarter and win the game.
Yeah, I think Nick Bolton's practicing too. I don't know if he's playing this week.
Yeah, he's practicing. I don't know if he's playing either, but
I think Jordan Love has really played really, really well. It looks like he found his comfort level with this offense. I think the defense is playing inspired football. They used to have one of the better defenses in the league. I think they still have pretty much the majority of the talent that they did. In Lambeau at night, they're going to be inspired. The Vikings, losing again. They have a really good chance to win this division, surprisingly. Not win the division, but at least leapfrog the Vikings to make the playoffs. So with that, I'm gonna go with an upset. I think the Packers are gonna win a close game. I think they're gonna win by 3. So yeah, I got the Packers.
Then we got Monday Night Football. Jake Brown and the Bengals and the Jacksonville. Jacksonville's gonna smoke them. The Bengals have you don't even see nothing on that sideline inspiring. They look like they're out of it.
This just kind of shows effects on how much a quarterback can kill a whole game. Losing the quarterback can kill a whole game. If Joe Burrow was playing this game, this would be a great primetime game. But without Joe Burrow, this is pretty much an unwatchable. But Jack should really win this easily. I think the Bengals, I think they're kind of just getting ready for the draft. They're getting ready for that.
Pretty much. So, all right, man. Some good picks right there, man. I know we've been almost going on the 2-hour mark, so I don't know if we want to still do open convo.
No, it's not really much going on in the world. We kind of hit a lot of the topics, you know what I mean? So, I think we're all right.
Yeah. What's up then? Because you know what time it is. Glitch Energy, man. Shout out to Glitch Energy, man. Glitch Energy Drink offers a wide range of delicious flavors to suit everyone's taste preference. Whether you're into fruity flavors like Maui Punch and Cherry Bomb, or prefer something unique like Blue Smurf and Grenades, there's something for everyone. Glitch Energy Drink is not only great for gamers and workout warriors, but also for everyday people who simply need a boost of energy. It's a healthy choice that you can feel good about. You can find more information and purchase Glitch Energy Drink at glitchenergy.com. Remember to use the promo code CristalMall to get 10% off the purchase and start enjoying the benefits of this delicious and energizing drink. Shout out to Glitch Energy.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all go check out Glitch, man.
Yeah, man. They got all kinds of flavors, man. Whatever streaming platform that you use to listen to your podcast on, Cristal Mall Podcast is on there, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, iHeartRadio, whatever you listen to. Cristal Mall Podcast is on there. If your first time watching us on YouTube, hit that notification button, hit that like button, hit the subscription button. So when we drop these episodes on Mondays, when we go live at 12, you'll be able to jump in the live with us. When we drop this episode, we do on Wednesdays, but we drop them on Saturdays. When when it drops into the you'll get that notification. you'll be able to watch the episode. So go ahead and do that. Do all that good stuff. Subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. You know what I'm saying? Because we're trying to get these subscriptions up, man.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And whatever social media platform that you use, whether it be Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, whatever you use to do your social media thing, we are on there. Cris Allen Mall, follow us. You got any questions, feedback, topics y'all want us to bring up, whether it be sports, just anything going on, hit us up, man. You know what I'm saying? We want to interact with the people. We're just regular fans of sports and life, just like y'all, man. So hit us up, man. For real. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear from people. We want to bring y'all the best podcast content that we can bring y'all. You know what I'm saying? So hit us up, man. All right, people. Till next time. We out.